Okay, well, this is our singer, Phil Sirius.
How's it going?
Drummer, Ryan Dick. And then our new addition, Eric Wagner. He's other guitar player, lead guitar player. Yeah.
Right on, right on. So there's 5 members of your
Yeah,
band
and then
altogether.
Paul Benton's a bass player. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Great, great. So how long have you guys been a band, and what made you decide to come together?
Well, it started out originally, I moved back from Vancouver, and there were a couple of guys that said, come jam with us.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do it. I was like, because I'd been out of the music business for quite a few years, and they kept bugging me, and I'm like, okay. So I learned a bunch of cover tunes, and we started jamming, and we formed a band called Rockfist, and it was just more cover tunes and stuff like that, and then went through a few member changes. We got Ryan in the band, and then Phil in the band, and then we just started writing originals, and we went to record our first album, and there was already a recording band called Rockfist, so we had to change the name. We came up with Times of Chaos, and it's been about 4 years now?
Yeah, around 4 years.
Yeah, nice. So are you all of you from around here? Initially?
Yeah, I grew up here.
Yeah, okay.
Southern Alberta boy.
Southern,
Yeah.
there you go.
You bet.
Right on. That's
Same
excellent.
here.
Yeah, great. That's great. So,
Yeah.
and that's what we want to do. We want to promote local people,
Yeah.
local artists that grew up in the area and everything. It kind of connects people with the community, which is great. And you guys are, pounding it out there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, who is, what bands or groups were your biggest influence in your music?
How much time you got?
There's a lot of, influences. Sometimes it's from many different areas, right?
Yeah, and I grew up in a musical family, so
nice.
yeah, it's everywhere, like old country to metal to just rock to whatever, right?
Yeah.
But me personally, it's the older stuff like Maiden, Priest, Saxon,
nice,
like that
yeah.
type of stuff
Yeah.
that I grew up on, and like that's kind of I think why we all get along so well together is it's kind of what we listen to and our background type of stuff.
Yeah,
right?
we're
So,
basically all in the same ballpark here.
yeah.
Nice. That's cool. So when you're writing songs, what's that process that you go through to write your material?
A lot of beer.
Yeah.
A lot of beer. There you go. That's probably what a lot of big acts and stuff do. Is that and other things too, right? But,
Yeah, and well, a lot of times, we'll come up with a riff or something like that, or we'll just be, setting up to practice, and you're warming up or whatever, and all of a sudden he starts drumming, and the guitar riff will happen. We're like, hey, that's pretty cool, and then you just start working off of that and
Yeah.
building off of it, right? Or like right now, Eric's got a couple tunes that he's just done at home.
Oh,
So
nice,
it's got the
nice.
bass line down, and then he gives it to all of us, and then we put our touches on it, and then get together and go, does this work or it doesn't work?
Yeah.
So you try and do the melody and the music first, and match the words to that, or do you have sort of an idea of what you want to write about or sing about, what the song is about, and then
Yeah, sometimes it
songs
works
that-
that way.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Phil will have an idea for lyrics,
Mhm.
and he'll come in and you'll do the da 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 kind of stuff, right? And make all these weird noises, and we try and figure it out.
Music language. A lot of,
Yeah.
do that one part where it's like diddle-ding ding. Oh, I know which part you're
Oh,
talking
there you go.
about.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a whole other language.
Yeah, for sure, that's cool. So from the time that you guys are putting together your music and writing your songs and stuff to, a completed album,
Yeah.
how long is that process? How long does that take you guys usually?
Well, we started recording or writing what was almost a year before we even started to do our new album out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we started recording the drums and such around in August,
Yeah.
and then we kind of progressed through. So and then finally the final product out was in March or end of February, March here for the new album. So
I think recording, we spent 2-3 months. It was
Yeah, it
on
was
August
pretty-
to October.
pretty solid through
Yeah.
the fall there for sure. So
We're all working stiffs though, so
Yeah,
if we
yeah,
had
for sure.
8 hours a day to dedicate to writing a song,
Yeah, it'd be
quick,
awesome,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
right. You know, you got lives and everything, and all that plays a part too, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So, if you were to give advice to bands out there, you guys have done a CD. Your
Yeah.
first one was Calm Before the Storm, right?
Yeah.
And then your new one,
Yeah.
Into Oblivion, I
Into
believe.
Oblivion, yeah.
Okay. So, if you were to give advice to any bands, local bands or whatever, that want to move to that next level where they're releasing CDs and that, what
Yeah.
would you say to them?
It's just lots of practice, and just keep doing it. Right, that's get yourself out there, promote yourself. Like me personally, I started when I was 13,
Okay.
playing and stuff.
Right.
So it's been my life, right? And it's just kind of, we just followed where we wanted to go and just came up with a plan and did it, right?
Hmm. And that's the main thing. You got to have a passion. You got to love doing it.
Yeah.
I think some people might get into it to think, oh, I'm gonna make a ton of dough at it right away, right?
Yeah, well,
that
yeah.
never happens,
No.
right? For quite a few years. But you got to
Yeah.
love music. You got to love writing. You got to
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
that type of thing, and
Yeah.
that's great. And that kind of makes a band cohesive and everything too, doesn't
everybody
it?
needs to get along
You know,
too. That's
yeah,
a big one.
yeah.
There's many personalities involved,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
And egos too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that
Yeah.
can
So,
happen too.
I mean, when we're sitting at the jam hall, half the time we're cracking jokes and laughing aside from playing music. So a huge part of it is just getting along and making
Yeah.
sure everybody's cool with each
Mhm.
other.
Yeah, and being able to take
Criticism.
criticism, right? Because
Mhm.
everyone has different ideas, and like you might come up with an idea, but the rest of the guys are like, no, that sucks,
Yeah.
and you kind of got to go, oh well, and just move on, right?
Mhm.
It's most of the stuff that I come up with.
Yeah,
Get out of here, Ryan. That's stupid or something.
Drummer
right?
tries to
Yeah.
come up with guitar riffs.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah.
like,
It's really
Drummer
like
in the
having
back.
too many cooks in the kitchen and too many
Right.
captains on deck.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, that can be for sure.
Yeah.
And that's like with this band now, we're able to, you can say something to somebody, and it's not can be taken offensively or anything,
Mhm.
right? So
I was crying in my truck on the way home.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's the good part because that helps a person to improve and then
yeah,
tightens everyone together too,
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
it? Because
Yeah.
you're there to help each other and have each other's back, not to cut someone down. And
Yeah.
sometimes bands, even big famous ones,
Yeah.
there's that tension there because egos get involved,
Right.
as you guys saying. And
yeah,
yeah,
well, in some bands, like you mentioned before, who's the leader? Everybody just there's not really a leader
Yeah,
here. We just
yeah.
kind of do our thing. But I mean, some bands, one guy will write the majority of it, and
Yeah.
everybody just kind of plays along. Whereas for
Falls in
us,
line.
we're all been playing music forever, so everybody comes up with riffs, and then we just kind of blend them all together. So
yeah, that's awesome. Great. So we got you guys in here with instruments and stuff. We're gonna get you to do a couple of tunes.
yeah. We're gonna try.
Yeah, no. I know
Acoustic
heavy
is,
metal is hard to
Yeah.
to do unplugged sometimes, right?
Yeah.
But it'll be great.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do something off of your new album and your first one, or
Yeah, we're
just
gonna
off
do
your
one
new?
off the new one and one off the old one.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So what song are you gonna do first?
Well, we're in standard tuning right now,
Yes.
so we're gonna do Acid Tears
Acid Tears.
off
okay.
the new album.
Off the new album. Okay. Right on. Well, gentlemen, Tyrants of Chaos are going to be rocking it out in our studio in 2 seconds here with Acid Tears.
Acid Tears.
Acid Tears. Gentlemen, take it away.
Okay, boys, ready?
as you can be.
1, 2, 3, 4.
tears drop like rain, blinding eyes, burning pain. The hour slowly begins to fade as the mangled monsters come out and play. Faces melted like painted clocks, evil laughter that never stops, spiraling madness, ascending fear, drowning in these acid tears, obsessed by the sounds of Satan's symphony, screaming out loud that the Christ resides in me. No one can hear me. Am I alone? In colorful darkness is where I roam. Tormenting figures creep out of the shadows, staring at me with their fleshy eyes. Bestial angels from negative hell on a one-way trip to where death brings life. Acid tears, nightmares, soaring high, taking flight, raise the dead, voices in my head, paranoid delusion, schizophrenic illusion. Panic and terror, time seems endless. The world keeps spinning like a merry-go-round. My spirit is torn straight out of my body. Skin and flesh crawl right off the bone. Blackness enshrouds me, my heart stops beating. Death is approaching, my lungs stop breathing. Suddenly I reappear and start swallowing these acid acid tears drop like rain, blinding eyes, burning pain. The hour slowly begins to fade as the mangled monsters come out and play. Faces melted like painted clocks, evil laughter that never stops, spiraling madness, ascending fear, drowning in these acid tears.
Right on, gentlemen. That was excellent. Thank you very much. You were listening live to Feel the Beat with DJB here on Jess FM. We have in-studio guest Tyrants of Chaos. 4 members of the band have come in. They just did a song from their new album, Acid Tears.
Acid
Hope you
Tears,
enjoyed it.
yeah.
It's awesome. Great job, guys. That's
Thank you.
excellent. So when you guys are kind of relaxing, just sitting around jamming, do you always like do you play heavy metal, or do you like jam to other types of music and stuff too?
Well, the beauty of heavy metal is that it's a mix of all sorts
True.
of genres.
Yeah.
So when they're playing guitar solo stuff, I mean, really, it's influenced from like classical music, doing a lot of scales and stuff like that. So, I mean, heavy metal is basically every style combined is loud, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is actually, kind of a good thing for us because, mostly when we do play, it's all like, Marshall amps and,
Yeah.
and loud stuff,
Wah
right?
pedals
So,
and the whole thing, right?
Up
Yeah.
to-
yeah, so when we sat down to do this, we're like, oh, this Like,
Yeah.
we didn't even know if we could transfer our tunes
Yeah.
acoustically, right? But it actually didn't work too bad. so-
Yeah, well, that's cool. And,
Yeah.
I mean, the basics of guitar,
Yeah.
sometimes they do transfer, it's just trying to get the singing down or
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
else, right, to transfer that way too, unplugged, right? So,
Yeah.
no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Great song, guys.
Cool. Thank you.
So the next song that you're going to do is off of your first album,
Yeah.
right? And what is the name of that song?
It's called Metal Gods.
Metal Gods.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
great. So
We got to do a bit of a tuning.
Quick tune?
bit of a different tuning for it. What key is it in?
Well, we're just doing a drop
D tuning?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. Here it is. And what's the name of the song again?
Metal Gods.
Metal Gods. Here is Tyrants of Chaos one more time, live in studio on Jess FM.
Cold, hard steel, forged into the fire. Blades like axes, brought through the night. Northern man who is southern yet, fill their boats with iron. To the seas, the eternities, will the bench queen fight tonight? Farther and farther and farther we go against the odds of metal gods, annihilate our foes. Farther and farther and farther we know, with Odin's sword we slay the odds and forge a new home. Gold like onyx, your treasures and your wares. Earth and stone, no longer safe in your lair. A clash of bands in a foreign land. We take what we desire. But first the seas, the eternities, will the bitch queen fight tonight? Farther and farther and farther we fight. We call a bitch, a mighty witch, into the dark night. Farther and farther and farther we go against the odds, the metal gods, annihilate our foes. Oh, farther and farther and farther we sail through storm and sea, sweet Amberley, we never shall fail. Farther and farther and farther we go against the odds, the metal gods, annihilate our foe. Farther and farther and farther we know, with Odin's sword we slay the odds and forge a new home.
Awesome, great song, guys.
Thank
That
you.
one was awesome acoustically as well.
Yeah, it sounded
excellent,
good, yeah.
excellent. Yeah. So your first album is available where? Where can people get that album?
It's on our Facebook page.
Okay.
And I believe that one's on iTunes and CD
iTunes,
Baby.
okay.
Yeah, on the
Okay.
Facebook page, you can hit the shop button, I think,
Mhm.
and then,
Okay.
then it'll come up and you can buy it online like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
And then physical copies.
Same with our
obviously.
second one
Come
too.
grab it
second
when
one,
we're playing live too.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Great.
exactly.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Come to a show, buy them all.
There you go.
Yeah.
And your newest album is available in the same way?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we've done that one also, because we've been finding nowadays with CDs, a lot of people don't have CD players.
No, what's that?
I know, eh?
They don't
You know,
even put
yeah.
them
it's
in
like the old
vehicles.
cassette, right?
Yeah.
What's a cassette, right?
Yeah, so we're
Yeah.
trying something with, we've been selling like USB sticks, so it's
Okay.
got our video on it and a
Nice.
couple photos and stuff like that,
Yeah.
so
Excellent.
And the full album, yeah.
full album.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So, if you want to get a hold of these albums, go on their Facebook page, which is what?
Tyrants of Chaos on
Yeah.
Facebook, and yeah,
Excellent. And do you have
and there's all kinds of info on there to other links and
okay,
whatever
perfect.
you need to do. yeah.
Perfect. Do you just have a Facebook, or do you have a website as well?
You can check us out on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Tyrants of Chaos.
Yeah.
Yes, that's awesome, gentlemen. It has been a privilege having you in the studio today. Thank
Well,
you
thank
so
you
much,
for having us. It
Thank
was
you. Thank
it
you
was
so much.
great.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
awesome.
awesome.
Curtis and
Phil.
Ryan, and Eric. Great guys. It was a great set. And tune in always to Jess FM. We always have great shows. We have great live guests come in like this. Thank you so much for tuning in to Feel the Beat with DJ B. Every Saturday and Sunday right here on Jess FM. Be happy. Keep smiling. DJ B out. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you. That was awesome. Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah.